Hey guys, Trevor from Emerald City Guitars, and today for my pick of the day, I have this early 1965 Fender Vibrolux Reverb amp. This is straight up one of my favorite amps ever built. I'll put it against anything and it'll stack up. I've owned one for over 10 years. It's the amp that I'm taking to the grave with me, and it is pretty much exactly like this, just not as clean and not quite as early. We got a lead on this one a couple weeks ago, and it was in Aberdeen, Washington, which is my old man's hometown, somewhere that we go quite a bit to go visit family and whatnot, so we made a little day trip out of there. We were excited to see this one because the owner was confident that was the cleanest, best sounding Vibrolux Reverb we've ever heard. So I was eager to debate that, but he was right. This is probably the best sounding Vibrolux I've ever heard. This is not a sales pitch. I don't care if this stays here for 10 years so I can run guitars through it and use it in demos. But literally, I think this is the best one I've heard. And you know, I compare every single one I have to mine. The reason I got mine, not because it's the cleanest, not because it's the earliest, I just think it's the perfect sounding Vibrolux, and this sounds just like it, but maybe 3% better. That'll make me feel better. Anyways, 35 watts, 210s, original speakers, original everything. Again, this is a super early 65. One of the earliest ones I've ever seen. You just don't see the Vibrolux with this faceplate and all that. So original footswitch. It has a cover that's not original, but era correct cover that goes over it, but it doesn't say Fender Vibrolux on it. I'm pretty dang sure it should have that early. These vary in a couple factors to me. The big ones are the reverb, obviously. They decay different, they sound different, they have different coverage. This one has the ideal reverb on a black face amp, so listen closely. This is what I always look for. So Vibrolux have a couple different speaker options. Most Fender amps had speaker configuration options. I take it case by case. I never set on any speaker, any pickup, any of that, always listen to it, but I really lean towards the Oxfords. These just have a little bit more gravel on it, so you still get that huge bell clean, but if you just wanna get a little bit of dirt, a little bit of spank, they just react in a really nice way, and I find that the reverb reacts really nice to these speakers. So everything about this amp, like I said, I'm check off 100%, 100%, 100%. I will say though, this is an old amp. The reason it was clean is because it was sitting in an old house. If you get real close to it, put your nose up, take a big sniff, you're gonna smell a little bit of cigarette residue. This thing was probably sitting in a studio or in a house, and as we know, it was a popular thing to do, smoke cigarettes indoors. This certainly isn't the worst case. You're not gonna stink up your home, but it's an old amp, it's from a different era, it's got a little scent of personality, so it comes with it, too bad. So today, I brought my own personal Eric Daw pinup custom Stratocaster. Eric's a dear friend of mine, so is his wife Melissa. They're family to me. They've built some really great guitars and cool guitar straps for me and for the shop. Check them out. If you guys have any questions on these, please call me. I'll ramble on. I love them. I'm a total believer, and I'll help you get one. So. Thank you guys so much. That was a 1965 Fender Vibrolux Reverb, just a perfect example. This is my pinup custom Strat. See you guys next time.